today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers versus Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway.
On the return, this is Turpin. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Time for Dak Prescott of the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Dak going to start out going to the air.
That is caught by Lamb. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Yeah, we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people, and right away, they told the other team.
Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
Prescott on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. That's on the Pro Bowl guard from Notre Dame, Zach Martin. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
Jacob Cowing deep to receive it.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. So here are the 49ers now with a long field ahead. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away.
Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
A 1st down throw for Prescott.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive.
They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here's Purdy.
They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Purdy looking to throw. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. McKinnell's got his first catch, and it's also a first down.
Well, they were in the red zone, and they needed a first down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight end?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. He's going to try and do this himself.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. And they'll go on the ground. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Purdy bootlegging it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Getting home that time to Marvin Overshow.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is indeed good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. On the return, this is Turpin. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Prescott now. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This now a 3rd and 4. And again, it's Prescott. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Niners are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll run again with Mason. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Third down and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Purdy going to give this one to Mason. And not much running room. Down to the 32. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Second and 9. Purdy. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Now Purdy. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0.
He might be being set up here for a busy ball game already. 2 kicks here in the first quarter, and he's knocked both through the posts.
And for now, you know they'll be happy getting those 3 points, but what they really want is to find a way for him to kick extra points instead of field goals.
So a couple of field goals now. 6-0 our score as the kick's away.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
6-0 our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
30-yard line, 2nd and 12.
Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Prescott now from the 50.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd down and a yard.
Now Prescott. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
On the option, here's Elliott.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left, and the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe somebody to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Straight ahead, here's Mason.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. A 3rd field goal of the 1st half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
Purdy now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll hand it to Mason. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Osa Odigizua with the effort there to earn the sack. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly. But that time, it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. They'll be in search of their initial points in the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a first down. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing. Prescott. Left side to Lamb. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Third and 2. Looking to throw. Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. punt, 5 there on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Shotgun now with Purdy.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half.
On 1st down, it's Purdy.
Throw left side complete. That's Mason. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Could we get a touchdown in this 1st half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these 2 teams. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the 2nd half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Right back to Mason. And this might net him a yard, if that, as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 25. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in there by Cooks. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jawan Jennings that time, and it's 3rd and short. Back to throw, Purdy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they're able to build on things here with a field goal, but the question is how much longer can they really rely on their defense to pitch a shutout?
That's a great question because the guys on the other sideline are saying, give us the ball. We want another shot at this. So yes, tight game, he'll take the 3. But this game, it's far from over.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Prescott to throw it. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. A give to Elliott running left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little
and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
To throw is Prescott. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
Well, they got a takeaway on the last drive with an interception. How about this sack as a terrific follow-up? And that keeps pressure on this offense, and it could force them into more rush decisions or another turnover.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
And he'll go right back to Lamb.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal.
This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that lead is back down to 9 now. So good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Looking to throw. Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. On the give, it's Mason. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7. Ayuk going to go in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation. But I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
3rd and 4. Back to throw. Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mason. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. And they'll go again with Mason. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 34. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run for it with Mason. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Mason, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot from the right hash. This from 45 yards away. And his kick here is good. And that's going to bump up their lead now to 15-3. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards there, a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Prescott on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ferguson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And that one too wide and incomplete.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Prescott yet again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Looking to throw.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does it.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jake Ferguson from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And he knocks it through. That makes it a 5-point ball game. It's 15-10 now. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. To the right goes Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Flush to his right, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys have taken a 4th quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the fourth.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This is Jennings. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now they run. It's Mason. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Throwing here, Purdy connects with Kittle underneath, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, second down. Here's Mason. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. They'll run here with Mason. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Purdy. On the screen, this is Mason. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Now 2nd and 4. Purdy to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Throwing, Purdy. Completes it to Jennings. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And that'll keep this a one-point game. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Man, it is a cruel game sometimes, as evidenced by that kick right there.
Yeah, this game has no remorse at times, does it? I have a feeling that when this left his foot, he thought he'd given his guys the lead. But that ball just kept moving on him. And in the end, you heard the sound, and he's denied by the goalposts.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a one-point victory. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.